Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all on the second day of 7-day workshop on lesson planning organized by DAN College of Education for Women Nawashahar and CTEF Punjab and Chandigarh chapter. I heartily welcome our resource person of today, Dr. Yogesh Sharma, Assistant Professor, Ramgarhia College of Education, Fagwara. Yesterday, we had wonderful session on lesson planning based on Herbacean approach. Yesterday, our resource person was Mr. Gagandeep Thapa, Assistant Professor, Education and Community Department, Punjabi University, Patiala. He wonderfully explained the concept of lesson planning on the basis of Herbacean steps. With the help of model lesson, he explained different steps to the participant. The lesson was very informative. We have received very positive feedback from the participant about that session. Now again, today we'll have wonderful session on the lesson planning based on model-based lesson planning. Before we start our today's session, I request Dr. Meenakshi Grover to present yesterday's report. Over to Dr. Meenakshi.
Good evening to all the wonderful people who have joined today on the second day of 7 days workshop on the theme lesson planning being organized in collaboration with CTEF, Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Punjab and Chandigarh chapter from 8th to 14th June 2021. It is a moment of great privilege and honor for me to present before you yesterday's report of proceedings. The very first day of the workshop commenced with welcome words by Dr. Vikas Kumar, convener, for the overwhelming response of participants for this workshop. Dr. Vikas expressed his sincere thanks to Dr. C.M. Bhandari, President, College Managing Committee, Shri Vinod Bharadwaj, Vice President, Dr. Meenakshi Sharma, Secretary, College Managing Committee, for their support and enlightened vision to hold this event. Further, officiating principal of the college, Mrs. Gurbinder Kaur, expressed her deep gratitude towards college management, and chief guest of the day, Dr. Khushwinder Kumar, President, CTEF, Punjab and Chandigarh chapter, and Principal Multanimal Modi College, Patiala, for making their valuable presence on the occasion. She extended a warm welcome to all the resource persons, namely Mr. Gagandeep Thapa, Dr. Yogesh Sharma, Mr. Ajay Khosla, Dr. Gurvinder Singh, Dr. Rekha, Dr. Pooja Arora, and Ms. Monica Mahajan, who will throw indelible impression on the minds of participants with their expertise and knowledge, thereby making this journey profitable, enjoyable, and fruitful. Afterwards, chief guest of the day, Dr. Khushwinder Kumar, an eminent educationist and sagacious administrator, in his presidential address, appreciated the relevance of core issue of lesson planning taken up by the organizers when much has been discussed about education and its transactions through online and offline mode during the last 1.5 years of pandemic. He referred to 3 different drafts of pedagogical concerns in teacher education because of automatization and advent of ICT, leading to objective use of flipped learning and blended learning. Dr. Khushwinder shared an important information from this platform that owing to earnest efforts of all the chapters of CTEF, the center government has extended the last date of feedback submission on NPST, National Professional Standards of Teachers, to 10th June 2021. He also highlighted the role of CTEF in perpetuating new vistas in the field of teacher education. Dr. Vikas formally introduced resource person of the day, Mr. Gagandeep Thapa, Assistant Professor, Department of Education and Community Service, Punjabi University, Patiala. Mr. Gagandeep has published many articles and papers in national and international journals and has acted as resource person at many professional fronts. The resource person started his presentation on the topic Essentials of Lesson Planning, journal focusing on Herbartian approach, and he stated that teaching is an input and learning is an output with the purpose to bring desirable changes in the behavior of learners. If a teacher wants to teach effectively, she must follow the systematic guidelines to be executed in the class. A lesson plan is a teacher's daily guide for what the students need to learn, how it will be taught, and how learning will be evaluated. Mr. Gagandeep dwelled extensively through PowerPoint presentations on importance of lesson planning, essential parts of lesson planning from Herbartian point of view, and steps of lesson planning, citing examples. He elaborated upon minimum level of learning, maxims of teaching, and explained detailed structure of a good lesson plan. His presentation was very systematic, comprehensive, coherent, interspersed with examples and points to remember. All the queries of participants were satisfied in a very apt way. The session concluded with a vote of thanks proposed by Mrs. Karuna Oberoi, Associate Professor, Coordinator IQAC, and Convener in a very eloquent way. She conveyed her heartfelt thanks to all for making the workshop a very resounding success. Looking forward for a definite positive outcome of this event. Thank you so much. Now over to Dr. Vikas.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the detailed report of the yesterday's session. Today, we are going to have wonderful session on models of teaching. Today, we are going to have our resource person, Dr. Yogesh Sharma. Dr. Yogesh Sharma is assistant professor at Ramgarhia College of Education, Fagwada. He has more than 20 years of experience. He has published many research papers in journals of national and international repute. He acted as resource person in many national and international seminar conferences. He also developed e-content for the NCTE. But this is not the only reason why he is chosen for this very purpose, for the purpose of lesson planning based on model-based lessons. I think we could not have found better person than him in the whole Punjab on this models of teaching, because he not only practiced model of teaching to his students since more than 10 years, but also researched on model-based lessons. His many MEd scholars has dissertations based on model-based lesson under his guidance. Now, without wasting much of your time, I request Dr. Yogesh Sharma to throw his view on lessons based on models of teaching. Dr. Yogesh Sharma, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Dr. Vikas, for a very big introduction of mine. Dear participants, I think most of you know me very well. If you know me very well, then you must know that Dr. Vikas is a very good friend of mine. So some don't believe some of the words said by him. So he is saying more than what actually I deserve. So before I start, I would like to congratulate DN College of Education for Women for this initiative. This is the right time for doing such a workshop, as practice teaching is going to start in our schools. And as we know that the last second semester was totally out of the normal routine due to COVID. So it was essential that we provide certain techniques to the students about what they have to do in the schools, or whether they do it online teaching or offline teaching. So I congratulate the administration, Dr. C.M. Bandari, Dr. Meenakshi Sharma, Shri Prem Bhardwaj ji, Madam Gurvinder Kaur for organizing such wonderful workshop. I am also thankful that the organizers have put faith in me for delivering this on models of teaching. So, not taking much time, I think I am going to start on what is models of teaching. So, teaching well means helping students learn well. If we are able to teach well, definitely students will learn well. And this is the major motto of any educational initiative, any educational policy, whether it is a Kothari Education Commission or NPE 2020, that we want that students must learn. But for that, first of all, we have to teach them well. Effective teaching helps students enhance their repertoire of learning, strategies for acquiring information, ideas, skills, values, ways of thinking, and means of expressing themselves. And the models of teaching have been designed to impart those strategies to the students. Models of teaching really are models of learning. As said by Joyce and Whale, they are the models of learning. They provide instructions in such a way that students become increasingly capable of learning more easily and effectively in future. So they have the dual purpose. Dual purpose in such a way that models of teaching, first of all, help them to achieve the objective for which it has been created. The model is directed for a specific purpose, and if the model is achieving that specific purpose, it's well and good. But apart from that, the model must have one more feature, that it must increase the students' ability to learn. So in this way, models of teaching, they serve dual purpose. In one way, they try to achieve the purpose for which they have been designed, and second, they enhance the ability to learn in the future. So models of teaching is a learning environment in one sense. It is a description of the learning environment, how learning can take place, how we can interact in that learning environment, what kind of social system will be there, how teacher will respond to the students, and what kind of support need to be provided to the teacher as well. As per John Dewey, the core of teaching process is the arrangement of environments within which students can interact and study how to learn. So, starting with the learning models of learning or models of teaching, there are large categories of models of teaching. There are large number of models, and these models have been categorized into certain aspects, like the social family or the social models. The social models, they work on a concept of synergy. The synergy is when we work together, we create a collective energy. And the collective energy, which is a synergy, is usually have more integrative effect than the individual energy of the individual. So essentially, classroom management is a matter of developing cooperative relationships in the classroom. These models help us to build a positive school culture, which is very necessary if we want to have a healthy education to take place in our schools. If we have healthy, positive social environment in the schools, in our classrooms, the learning can be facilitated. There are certain models under this: positive interdependence, structured inquiry, group investigation, role playing, jurisprudential. So the one another one is that partners in learning, which are normally called cooperative learning strategies, mostly developed by Robert Slavin. And you can name a few like STAD, Jigsaw, Jigsaw 2 under that. Then there is a group investigation. The group investigation is development of community of learners. It is for the development of community of learners. The model is designed to lead students to define problems, explore various perspectives of the problems, and study together to master information, ideas, and skills. So, first of all, students try to define problems, then they explore various perspectives of the problems, and during this, they study together to master information, ideas, and skills. And side by side, simultaneously, we can say they develop the social competence also. So this is what group investigation provides us. And another model, and this is very important model, is a role-playing model. This leads students to understand social behavior, their roles in the social interaction, and ways of solving problems effectively. In role playing, students study social values and they reflect on those social values. And sometimes, Sandhya Kumari ji, please don't do annotations on that. And in role playing, the students sometimes act out conflicts to learn to take the role of others. They learn to take the role of the others and they observe social behaviors of the others also. The next category of models is information processing models. The information processing models, these are the ways of enhancing human beings' innate drive to make sense of the world. We have an innate drive, we have an innate tendencies that we want to find what the world is, how the world has been organized, who we are, how we are developing, what are our thinking patterns, how we think, what kind of thinking strategies we have. So these models are information processing models. They built on the techniques that help us to enhance our innate drive to make sense of the world. They help us to acquire and organize data. They help us in sensing problems and generating solution to those problems. With information processing models, we develop concepts. With information processing models, we try to facilitate creativity among students. So there are very large number of models that come under this category. There is like one is inductive thinking model by Taba, very much used in our schools as well as in the research process. Like ability to analyze and create concept is considered fundamental thinking skill. So this model is that help us to analyze the information. This model is help us to create concepts, and almost most thing, it is just not confined to the science only, but this model has been used in other areas of curriculum also. This helps us how to teach students to find and organize information. With this model, students have to create and test hypotheses describing relationship among the sets of the data. Then there is a concept attainment model. Then we have mnemonics. The mnemonics are the strategies Mnemonics are the strategies for memorizing and assimilating information. Strategies for memorizing and assimilating information. Teachers need to teach in such a way that students absorb maximum information and students master interesting concepts. Most of the time we relate memory with the rote learning, but we in no way mnemonic strategies are to be confused with repetitious rote learning of obscure terms and trivial information. This is about training mind to learn more and better and effectively. Then there is another model in the advanced information processing category, which is very much used, which is known as advanced organizers. It is to provide students with cognitive structures to comprehending material through lectures, reading, and other media. Whatever material we have gained, whatever material we has been put in our mind, how to comprehend that model. And to comprehend that model, we must have some cognitive structure. Advanced organizers help us to provide those cognitive structures that help students to comprehend the information provided to them. Then there is scientific inquiry, inquiry training, synectics. Synectics is about creativity. First used with creativity groups in the industrial circle. It was to break set in problem solving and for writing activities. It is about to gain perspective on topics, not only creative thought, but promotes collaborative work and study skills also. Then the development, adaptation, and instructional design models. And then one model which is specifically for mathematics, which is called non-directive, which is the Van Hille model of geometry in thinking. And we have very much expert on this. Dr. Vikas Teji is a master on this Van Hille model of thinking in geometry. So there are large number of models that come under this category of information processing model. Another models category is the personal models. Ultimately, human reality resides in our individual consciousness. The cluster of personal models pay greater attention to the individual perspective and seek to encourage productive independence so that people become increasingly self-aware and responsible of their own destinies. How we have to choose about the goals in our life and how to choose the goals in our life and how to get those goals in our life. It is about these. Under this, there are two major models. One is non-directive teaching by Carl Rogers, and another one is enhancing self-esteem. The psychologist and counselor Carl Rogers was of the acknowledged the spokesperson for models in which the teacher plays a role of the counselor. Developed from counseling theory, the model emphasizes a partnership between students and teachers. The teacher endeavors to help students understand how to play major roles in directing their own education. For example, by behaving in such a way to clarify goals and participate in developing avenues for reaching those goals. The teacher provides information about how much progress is being made and helps students solve problems. The non-directive teacher has to actively build the partnership required and provide the help needed as the students try to work out the problems. The second model under this category is enhancing self-esteem. The influential work of Abraham Maslow has been used to guide programs to build self-esteem and self-actualizing capabilities. Here, we explore principles that guide our actions and we work with our students to ensure that their personal image functions as well as possible. The personal, social, and academic goals of education are compatible with one another. The personal family of teaching models provides the essential parts of the teaching repertoire that directly address the students' needs for self-esteem and self-understanding and for support and respect of the students. The next category is of behavioral models. The common theoretical base, most commonly called social learning theory. These models have been developed from social learning theory of Bandura, but also they are known as behavior modification, behavior therapy, and cybernetics. The three other terms that used for these models is cybernetics, behavior therapy, and behavior modification. Design the stance taken in the human beings are self-correcting communicating system. This is, it means human beings can correct themselves if properly guided. Has asked some questions here. Mastery learning, that was a few years back in the syllabus of MEd also, but nowadays they have removed it from syllabus due to some one reason or another, because most of the education system nowadays is governed by the constructivist policies or the constructivist theories rather than the behaviorist theories. It's very difficult to survive as a behaviorist in the constructivist world. The most common application of behavioral system theory for academic goals takes the form of what is called mastery learning. It is a mastery learning by Bloom. First, material is to learn is divided into units ranging from simple to complex. The material is presented to the students, generally working as individuals through appropriate media. Media can be anything, readings, tapes, activities. Piece by piece, the students work their way successfully through the units of material, after each of which takes a test designed to help them find out what they have learned. If they have not mastered any given unit, they can repeat it or an equivalent version until they have mastered the material. And most of the time, the policy is that 80% of the students must learn 80% of the material. Or in other words, the goal of mastery learning is sometimes that 80% of students at least achieve 80% of the marks. Then there are certain like simulation and direct instruction. Simulation from the studies of the difference between more and less effective teachers, and from social learning theory, a paradigm for instructing directly has been assembled. So this is about the various categories of models. There are large number of models. For that, we have a one best book if we want to gain more perspective into these models. And this is a book most of us know, which is a Models of Teaching by Joyce and Ware. Thus, the models of teaching can be some social models like positive interdependence, structured inquiry, group investigation, role playing, jurisprudential inquiry, or they can be the information processing model. The personal models, non-directive teaching and enhancing self-esteem, the behavioral models. So we have gone through so many models. So it's a time that now we move forward. Before we move forward, people must be get bored with the such and such so many models. So let us time to play. We now play a little game. Here I have two pictures on the screen. One is on my left side and another is on the right side of the screen. One of this picture shows the concept of rude and another is not rude. Just guess which of this is rude and which of that is not rude. Just guess. Make a guess that which of this is rude and which of this is not rude. I think most of you must have guessed. You can write your guess in the chat box also. If you have made a guess, then I will just suggest you on the left of the side is rude, on the right of the side is not rude. Now make another guess. Which of this is a rude and which of this is not rude? Right side of the screen is rude and left side of the screen is not rude. Make another guess. Which is rude and which is not rude? Here, right side shows rude and left is not rude. Make another guess. you have made some guess, then you may have some idea about which is now rude and which is not rude. Let's have some more. Which is rude and which is not rude. On the right side, it's rude, and left side, not rude. Like there is one more. Try to make a guess. Have another guess. And have another guess. So by now, you may have made a guess, and you have been successively reinforced to choose the one which is bigger to be rude and which is smaller to be not rude. Am I right? First off, you have been reinforced for choosing blue, white, left and right squares. And because every time you have been reinforced to choose a large one. So this is about concepts. This is about getting concepts. And getting concepts according to behaviorists is a non-cognitive view of learning. Learning a concept might involve building up associations between particular aspects of stimulus and particular response to the stimulus. And each time your response has been reinforced. We have reinforced with the correct answer, we have correct feedback that the one which is a bigger in nature, which is bigger one is rude. So ultimately we get information. We try to say that created a concept of rude. Rude is one which is bigger. It is not colored, it's not on left, it's not on right, but one which is of bigger, it is a rude. Let's have some more game. There are certain examples on my left side which are positive examples I say, and on the right side examples which I say are the negative examples. What you have to do, you have to compare the positive examples and contrast them with the negative examples. There is something in my mind and you have to find what is in my mind. The positive examples shows what is in my mind and negative examples shows which is not in my mind. You have to one by one think some hypothesis that what is in my mind by comparing the positive examples and contrasting them with the negative examples. The one is university. Another negative exemplar is GNDU, Amritsar. In no way I want to say that GNDU is a negative example. Here it is only when you need to contrast it with the positive exemplars. Try to think. You are able to think. You can write down side by side on a notebook what thoughts are coming in your mind. Then one college and DN College of Education. पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल्स वो एग्जांपल्स हैं जो मेरे माइंड में आइडिया है, नेगेटिव एग्जांपल्स वो हैं जो मेरे माइंड में आइडिया नहीं है आपको पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल्स को कंपेयर करना है और नेगेटिव एग्जांपल्स के साथ कंट्रास्ट करना है। देन पेन, हाउजर, we can keep on writing side by side. Then movie, A Beautiful Mind. You may have some idea in your mind. You can share that idea in the chat box. Some people are trying to make guests in the chat room. If we can see in the chat room. Some are have made some guess about the what is in mind. One is saying it's religion, one is saying it's partiality, one is saying it is a common noun. We will continue like this. There is a positive example and sun, and the another example vegetables. It may be the bottle gourd. I hope some of you may have the more ideas. You will be able to get more then it can be the hotel or negative example. So in no mean I want to say that the negative example does not mean that things are negative. This is just here that what is in my mind. Negative examples does not show that particular thing. Negative examples are here to help us understand what are the positive examples are. This is by contrasting them with the positive examples, we need to understand what is in going to happen. Then there is a city, it may be Amritsar, it may be some other city also. Few people are writing in the chat box. Most of them have, one is saying that it is a shape, one is saying it is hexagon, it is a common noun. So, सभी ठीक हो, किसी को गलत नहीं कह रहा मैं. At least people who are writing in the chat box, they are trying to think. So thinking must go on. As a human being, we need to keep thinking whole of our life if we want to be on the learning curve. Then social media, and what is on the other hand, this is a WhatsApp, you can say. So by now, most of you must have thought something in your mind. The next, I am going to present some examples. You have to tell whether that is a positive example or a negative example. In the next slide, in the next activity, we will try to find whether that example is a positive example or a negative example. Book. Think, is this a positive example or a negative example? Most of the participants are saying it is a positive one. चलिए एक और नेक्स्ट देखते हैं. Furniture, whether it is a positive or a negative one. Thanks students for the response. Participants, sorry if I am making use of the words students. Mobile phone, three more examples. One is web series, one is iPhone 13, and one is Doraemon. So there are three more examples. We have to think that whether these examples are in the positive category or in the negative category. So by now, most of us may be able to understand what I am going to show or what is in my mind. So this was what was in my mind. It was a concept. A concept is a mental grouping of objects or events that are similar in one way. जब हम कंसेप्ट की बात करते हैं तो कंसेप्ट क्या है? कंसेप्ट एक तरह से जो ऑब्जेक्ट सिमिलर नेचर के हैं उनको जब हम ग्रुपिंग कर देते हैं तो वो एक हमारे पास कंसेप्ट क्रिएट हो जाता है. Concept is ordered information about the properties of one or more things, objects, events, or processes that enables any particular thing or class of things to be differentiated from and also related to other things or classes of things. कई बार common nouns के साथ इसको most of the time ਅਸੀਂ इसमें वो confuse हो जाते हैं. But actually here what was in my mind was what actually concept is. I want to share definition of concept with the use of this model, and this model is called concept attainment model. The concept, to teach concept, use of concept attainment model was made. A concept expresses an abstraction formed by generalization from particular. So if you now see the previous examples and non-examples, you will see that on the left side, there was a generalizations, and on the right side, there were particulars. I am going back to that slide. So this is generalizations from the particulars. There is one only particular university, but there GNDU Amritsar, but there can be many universities. DN College of Education is one single in the world. It is a particular specific case, but there can be many colleges in the world. Movies can be many, but a Beautiful Mind movie, it is you can watch on the Amazon Prime also. It is a one single movie. So this is what about someone wanna ask something if मंजीत कौर जी, आपने हैंड रेज किया है पर आपको अनम्यूट करने का मेरे पास है नहीं मेरे ख्याल से। एक रागान बेल से बने हाथ में इसकी मदद से इसको नीचे संजय जी, अगर आप मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हैं तो एक दो कैंडिडेट्स कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं पार्टिसिपेंट्स, अगर आप उनको अनम्यूट कर सकें तो। चलिए बाद में फिर फाइनल में आपके क्वेश्चन लेंगे। ट्राई टू हैव दोस क्वेश्चन विद यू। So what is concept? Concept expresses an abstraction formed by generalization from the particulars. और अगर ऐसे ही हम बात करें तो विंटर, विंटर का अगर एक कोई कंसेप्ट है तो विंटर क्या है? व्हाट इज विंटर अकॉर्डिंग टू यू? क्या कहेंगे विंटर को? विंटर क्या होती है अगर किसी को पूछा जाए व्हाट इज विंटर? तो when someone, a little child may say that winter is when we wear sweaters. Winter, someone is saying, is a season. Winter is when we sleep in quilts. Winter is when we eat peanuts. Winter is when we have a sun bath. It is the coldest year between autumn and spring. Someone is writing there. Winter, according to someone, is a cold. So there are many different definitions of winter according to individuals. So this is the concept they have developed about the winter. Someone may have the concept of winter that winter is a, when on the advanced level, Earth's position around the sun and ranges from winter solstice to the vernal equinox. The winter solstice makes the time when sun passes directly over the equator. In northern hemisphere, it falls around December 21, and in southern hemisphere, it occurs around 21. So this may be the different concepts of winter according to individuals. So individuals may have different concepts depending upon their age, their knowledge repertoire. So how we have to teach the concepts of different concepts according to the concept attainment model. Number one, we have to select and define the concept. There can be large number of concepts. As a teacher, our role is first of all to select which concept we want to teach, and then we have to define that concept. We have to define them according to their essential attributes. वो क्या होते हैं essential attributes? अभी थोड़ी देर में बात करते हैं. What are the essential attributes? क्या हैं? The concept may be a concrete one. A concrete concept that are easily identified by physical appearances. For example, dog, scare, red, run, run. Physically, we can watch them. Physically, we can experience them. physically we can see them. So these are the concrete type of concepts. Then there are certain abstract concepts also, the concepts having underlying similarities that are not readily observable on the surface, जिनको हम सिर्फ महसूस कर सकते हैं, but we cannot easily see them, like uncle, aunt, democracy, nationalism, freedom. So these are the abstract concepts. These concepts have some underlying similarities. Each concept has underlying similarity. Nationalism is something, freedom has a proper definition, democracy may have a proper definition, and then uncle, aunt, they are the different. Then next we have to select the attributes. Attributes are the items of data that have feature. जो भी हमने जितना भी हमारे पास जो एट्रीब्यूट्स होंगे, डाटा हमने जो प्रेजेंट करना है, एग्जांपल्स और नॉन एग्जांपल्स क्या थे, एग्जांपल्स एंड नॉन एग्जांपल्स वर डाटा, and in all items of data we have features, and in that data we had some features and we refer to these as attributes. So features are kind of attributes. Sometimes you can say characteristics also. If you have to define, there was a movie of Akshay Kumar, नमस्ते लंदन, तो उसमें एक सॉन्ग था कटरीना कैफ के लिए, एक उच्चा लंबा कद, दूजी सोनी भी तो हद. तो दिस इज द टू कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, टू एट्रीब्यूट्स. एक थे तो जो उसको डिफाइन करते हैं. तो एट्रीब्यूट्स क्या है, एसेंशियल ये फीचर्स हैं जो हमें सिलेक्ट करने हैं किसी कंसेप्ट के. पहले तो कंसेप्ट को हमने डिफाइन, जब हम किसी कंसेप्ट को ब्रेक करेंगे तो we will get the attributes, and when we will join the attributes we will get the definitions. So under that we have a essential attributes. The essential attributes are critical to the domain under consideration. Essential attributes और defining features जिनको हम कहेंगे, तो ऐसे attributes which are critical to the domain under consideration, जिसके बिना उस concept को define नहीं किया जा सकता. अगर वो particular attribute होगा तभी ही वो concept होगा, otherwise वो concept नहीं होगा. जैसे एक मेरे पास कुछ concept है, कोई concept है मेरे mind में, 4 legs हैं, hairy है, loving है, wearing a blue collar, bath to strangers, तो can be seen at the neighbor's house. तो ये एक कुछ मैंने फीचर्स यहाँ पर लिखे हैं, फीचर्स ऑफ ए डॉग. तो वो डॉग क्या है, उसके मैं कह रहा हूँ कि क्या उसके जो डिफाइनिंग फीचर्स हैं, तो वो उसमें 4 legs हैं, hairy है, loving है, wearing a blue collar, bath to the strangers, and can be seen at nature neighbors. So but here some features are essential but some are non-essential, some are irrelevant and not essential to our concept, जिसको हम कई बार correlational feature भी बोल देते हैं. तो correlational feature are the features which are frequently found in positive instances but are not essential for concept membership. They may be found in the example but they are not essential one. तो यहाँ पर essential कौन से हैं? Total essential की अगर बात करें तो essential one are 4 legs and second is it is hairy. तो दो तो हमारे पास जो एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं वो डॉग के वो है essential में आएंगे. एक तो है उसकी 4 legs हैं और एक वो hairy है. और अगर हम बात करें wearing a blue collar, so is this essential? This is not a essential. A particular dog may be wearing a blue collar, another one may be wearing a yellow collar or black collar or red collar or It may not be wearing anyone as the street dogs are without any collar. So लविंग की बात करें तो जरूरी नहीं है वो लविंग हो, आपके लिए लविंग हो सकता है, दूसरे के लिए जरूरी नहीं लविंग है। आपके अगर घर में कोई डॉग है तो आपके लिए तो लविंग है, मगर कोई आपके घर आ रहा है तो उसके लिए वो लविंग नहीं। ये कुत्ता आपके घर का मेंबर हो सकता है, मगर मेरे लिए तो ये कुत्ता ही रहेगा। तो देन इट बार्क टू द स्ट्रेंजर्स। और कई बार ऐसा फीचर भी नहीं, ये भी एसेंशियल नहीं हम कह सकते, जरूरी नहीं है भी सभी कुत्ते स्ट्रेंजर्स को भौंकते हों। कई कुत्ते ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं जो स्ट्रेंजर के आने से ज्यादा खुश हो जाते हों। तो कैन बी सीन एट द नेबर्स हाउस, तो ये एक ऐसा है विच इज टोटली अनएसेंशियल ऑफ इररेलेवेंट नेचर। यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करें तो वी हैव टू एट्रीब्यूट्स विच आर ऑफ एसेंशियल नेचर, टू थ्री विच आर ऑफ correlational features कह सकते हैं, and the last one is of irrelevant nature. So while we select the attributes, we must select those attributes which are essential for defining the concept. This is our role as a teacher, which is most important, that will take time to find those essentials which are very relevant, which are defining features of the। अगर ये आप कर लो तो ऑलमोस्ट आपका सारा काम जो है कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट मॉडल का जो है 50%, यहाँ पर 70% फिनिश हो जाएगा। क्योंकि मेजर प्रॉब्लम यहाँ पे आएगी, हमें ये देखना रहेगा कि कौन से एसेंशियल फीचर्स हैं और कौन से एसेंशियल नहीं है। तो इसके साथ ही एक दो कंसेप्ट और भी हैं, जैसे एट्रीब्यूट वैल्यू। तो किसी कंसेप्ट में डिग्री टू विच एन एट्रीब्यूट इज प्रेजेंट इन द एनी एग्जांपल, जो आप एग्जांपल सिलेक्ट कर रहे हो उस एग्जांपल में किसी एट्रीब्यूट की कितनी डिग्री, क्या वो एग्जांपल टोटल एट्रीब्यूट को एक्सप्लेन कर रही है या वो एग्जांपल उस एट्रीब्यूट को हाफ या हाफ से ज्यादा ही एक्सप्लेन कर रही है। दैट वी हैव टू मेंशन भी आपकी एग्जांपल की एट्रीब्यूट कितनी है। Then there are certain concepts which are conjunctive in nature. Two types of concepts we have. We have conjunctive concepts and disjunctive concepts. Conjunctive concepts, in conjunctive concepts we have presence of one or more attribute. The concept is made of one or more attribute, एक से ज्यादा उसमें एट्रीब्यूट हो सकते हैं जो हमारे पास कंसेप्ट। द एग्जांपल्स आर joined by presence of one or more characteristics। तो यहाँ पर एग्जांपल्स को हमने ज्वाइन करना है, और joined by one or more characteristics। On the other hand, disjunctives क्या है? Disjunctives में presence of some attribute and absence of other। वहां पर क्या होगा, ऐसा कंसेप्ट जहां पर कुछ एट्रीब्यूट्स तो होंगे बट कुछ नहीं होंगे। देयर मे बी सम एट्रीब्यूट्स but there may be some attributes which are not। So like we can say, we can take an example of inert gas। So in inert gas there are properties of all other gases। In inert gases has properties of all other gases, but there is one property that distinguishes inert gas from others, and that property is that inert gases are not able to combine with other elements। So this is a kind of disjunctive। Here are some attributes, presence of some attributes but absence of others, like bachelor। Another disjunctive is bachelor। Bachelor has all the characteristics of men and women, but bachelor is not a married person। Bachelor does not have a spouse, so this is a kind of disjunctive। Another is prime numbers, also comes this category। So next we have to develop positive and negative examples। as we have seen in the example. We will show more example afterward also. Then introduce the process to the students. Then present examples and list the attributes. We have to present examples one by one. We have to ask students to compare the positive example and contrast with the negative examples and list the attributes, write attributes on the worksheets that we can provide to them. Then we develop a concept definition. What actually concept is? Students will make one definition, and afterwards teacher will try to correct that definition and try to restate definition according to the essential attributes. Then give additional example. Then students, if are not, their concept is not proper, if their definition is not proper, then we will provide additional examples, unlabeled examples. जैसे वो हमने अभी प्रोवाइड की yes and no, कौन सी एग्जांपल yes है और कौन सी no है. Then discuss the process with the class, and last is evaluate. So these are the steps. How these steps are carried out? These are carried out as per the syntax of concept attainment model. The syntax of concept attainment model is, most of you will have seen this. Most of you may have used it. In the phase 1 of data and identification of the concepts, teacher presents labeled examples. First of all, we will present the labeled examples. We will take one more, may be able to understand it more fully then. Teacher presents labeled example. One is positive example and another is negative examples. Students compare attributes in the positive and negative example. Students need to compare the attributes in positive and negative examples. Then, on the basis of that comparison, students generate and test hypothesis. They test hypothesis. They may have developed hypothesis, but they will not share the hypothesis yet. They keep that hypothesis with themselves. Students state a definition according to essential attributes. And on the basis of essential attributes, they try to state a definition. So this is what is first phase of a data. And the next phase is testing attainment of the concept. We provide additional unlabeled examples as yes and no. We will ask them whether this example is part of yes, whether this example is comes under no. Then teacher confirms hypothesis, or if necessary, teacher will name the concept. If students are not able to name the concept, teacher will name the concept and restates definitions according to the essential attributes. Then students generate examples. And afterward, there is analysis of thinking strategies. As in the start, we discussed that the model serves dual purpose. One, they try to achieve the goal for which they have been designed. And second, they provide us some strategies to learn more effectively in the future. So here, we try to analyze the thinking strategies. Students describe thoughts. Students discuss the role of hypothesis and attributes. Students discuss the type and number of hypotheses that we will show you how this can be done. So there are three more aspects of concept attainment model. One is social system, principle of reaction, and sports system. I will come back to this if time allows. So for the time being, I am just moving forward so that we can have some essential aspect also. The social system tells us what kind of environment should be in during the teaching, how teacher have to react to the students queries, students hypothesis, and what support system is needed. So this is a how we can teach concept attainment model in a classroom. Like the subject is mathematics, topic prime numbers, class 8, time 30 minutes, curriculum objectives such and such, critical thinking, reasoning power. एक जो नहीं यहाँ पर लिखा, वो जो मेजर जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है, जो कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट का गोल है, दैट इज इंडक्टिव रीजनिंग को एनहांस करना. Then specific objectives, yes, आ जाएंगे ऐसे. After the lesson, students will be able to define prime numbers, to tell essential attributes of prime numbers, examples of prime numbers, such and such. So these can be the specific objectives. Now, how we can do this? In the phase one, as in the phase one, our first syntax क्या कहता है? Teacher presents labeled examples. So we will present the labeled examples, positive examples and negative. You can have chart in your classroom. One by one you can use that chart, or you can just use blackboard also. अगर examples ज़्यादा बड़ी है, अगर कार्टून करेक्टर है या कोई फिगर है, तो वो आप चार्ट पर पहले से प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो. जरूरी नहीं है जो आपने पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल्स और नेगेटिव एग्जांपल्स देनी है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ वर्ड्स भी हों. वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, सेंटेंसेस हो सकते हैं, कुछ स्टोरीज हो सकती हैं, कुछ आप कह सकते हो फिगर्स हो सकती हैं, कुछ ड्राइंग्स हो सकती हैं. तो डाटा कैन बी इन एनी शेप. दिस इज डाटा. पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल्स एंड नेगेटिव एग्जांपल इज ए डाटा, एंड डाटा कैन हैव एनी शेप. वही बात है. तो अभी तो आपको मैंने बता दिया कंसेप्ट क्या है, क्योंकि पिछली स्लाइड में आपको बता दिया गया कंसेप्ट क्या है. बट एक्चुअली जब हम क्लासरूम में करेंगे तो वहां स्टूडेंट्स को कंसेप्ट पता नहीं होगा. वहां पर वो क्या करेंगे? दे हैव टू आस्क दैट कंपेयर एंड कंट्रास्ट दीज नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल एंड स्टेट हाइपोथेसिस. उनको एक वर्कशीट दी जा सकती है और इसके ऊपर उन्होंने एट्रीब्यूट्स लिखने हैं, वर्कशीट्स के ऊपर उन्होंने हाइपोथेसिस जनरेट करने हैं. और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी विल फाइंड दैट स्टूडेंट्स को ये नहीं पता होगा हाइपोथेसिस होता क्या. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप उनको ये बता भी सकते हो भी हाइपोथेसिस कहते किसको है. ट्राई टू So here in this way, we will present the positive and negative examples. First is teacher presents labeled examples. Students will compare attributes in positive and negative examples. Students will generate and test hypotheses. Then students state a definition according to the essential attributes. तो यहाँ तक students का ये काम है. आपने उनको examples देनी है. Examples one by one present करेंगे. और स्टूडेंट्स को ये साथ साथ आपने मोटिवेट करते जाना है, विच दे कैन थिंक, दे हैव टू थिंक. और अगर वो ये जब फेज कंप्लीट हो जाएगी तो देयर विल बी द नेक्स्ट फेज. फेज 2, स्टूडेंट्स आइडेंटिफाई एडिशनल unlabeled examples as yes and no. 61, yes or no? 65, yes or no? It is a positive example or negative example? $499, yes or no? Under root 25. और जब भी हमने एग्जांपल्स प्रेजेंट करनी है, हमारी कोशिश होनी चाहिए जो फर्स्ट एग्जांपल्स हमने प्रेजेंट करनी है फर्स्ट फेज में, दोज एग्जांपल्स फ्रॉम हायर टू लोअर लेवल. फर्स्ट एग्जांपल्स मस्ट बी दोज जिनमें मैक्सिमम एट्रीब्यूट वैल्यू हो, और स्लोली स्लोली वी कैन मूव टुवर्ड्स दोज एग्जांपल्स वेयर एट्रीब्यूट वैल्यू इज लेस. Some people may not be understand easily with the concept attainment model because years by years we have trained them to learn concept by rote memory. But if we will make use of this model effectively, then slowly and slowly we will see that in our classroom, students are able to generate hypotheses, students are able to find the positive attributes, essential attributes, students are able to state the definition also. After this, teacher confirm the hypothesis. Student से उनको पूछना है भी क्या आपने hypothesis generate की, उनकी कॉपी से देखे जा सकते हैं, जो उन्होंने वर्कशीट्स उनकी चेक की जा सकती हैं, तो क्या क्या उन्होंने hypothesis प्रिपेयर किए. जो उन्होंने hypothesis प्रिपेयर किए हैं वो hypothesis ब्लैक बोर्ड पे लिखे जा सकते हैं, वो हाइपोथेसिस हम बोर्ड पे लिख सकते हैं, स्टूडेंट 1 दिस, स्टूडेंट 2 दिस, स्टूडेंट 3 4 5, तो ये उनके हाइपोथेसिस बोर्ड पे लिख दिए. देन टीचर विल नेम द कंसेप्ट और उसके बाद रीस्टेट करेगा डेफिनेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू द एसेंशियल एट्रीब्यूट्स, और आफ्टरवर्ड और एक्टिविटी रहेगी जो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, यहाँ पर खत्म नहीं कर देना. वो ये है, स्टूडेंट्स को कहना है अब आप इस डेफिनेशन के बेस पे नई एग्जांपल्स को जनरेट करो. ट्राई टू जनरेट मोर एग्जांपल्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस. Then there is a phase 3, which is the analysis of thinking strategies. Sometimes we may we can ask them, how did you develop your hypothesis? आपने अपना hypothesis कैसे डेवलप किया? क्या आपके सोच आई जिसके बेस पे आपने इसको डेवलप किया? कुछ भी आंसर देंगे. स्टार्टिंग में हो सकता है आपको आंसर ना मिले, क्योंकि हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम ऐसा है, यहाँ पर हमने स्टूडेंट्स को बोलने का अधिकार नहीं दिया. We have snubbed students year by year that they do not speak in the classroom. But what is our aim? Our aim is to make them speak. So अगर वो सोचते हैं तो उनको बोलेंगे. How did you develop your hypothesis? What came in your mind when first few examples were presented to you? तो क्या आपने सोचा, कौन सा आपके माइंड में कंसेप्ट आया, क्या आपके माइंड में एट्रीब्यूट्स आई, क्या आपके माइंड में कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आए, या आपके माइंड में कंसेप्ट आया. डिड यू चेंज योर हाइपोथेसिस? क्या बाद में आपने अपना हाइपोथेसिस चेंज किया? व्हाई डिड यू चेंज योर हाइपोथेसिस? आपको अपना हाइपोथेसिस चेंज करने की क्यों जरूरत पड़ी? What changes occurred in your guesses when few more examples were given to you? जब और ज्यादा एग्जाम्पल्स दी गई तो क्या चेंजेस आपने महसूस की? या आप उनसे ये पूछ सकते हो, जितनी एग्जाम्पल्स आपको दी गई क्या वो उतनी एग्जाम्पल एसेंशियल्स थी? क्या आपको और ज्यादा एग्जाम्पल्स देने की जरूरत है? क्या एग्जाम्पल्स कम थी या ज्यादा थी? तो यू कैन आस्क. तो आपको इससे पता लगेगा कितने एग्जाम्पल्स के बाद स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं, या किस तरह आप उनसे ये भी पूछ सकते हो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ हाइपोथेसिस यू मेड, किस किस तरह के आपने हाइपोथेसिस बनाए, कौन कौन से किस तरह से गेसेस आपने किया, हाउ मेनी हाइपोथेसिस डिड यू क्रिएट, तो कितने हाइपोथेसिस आपने क्रिएट किए। तो दिस इज वेरी एसेंशियल। समटाइम्स वी स्टॉप आफ्टर phase 2 and we do not pay equal attention to phase 3, but if we want that the concept attainment model provides us the benefits for which it has been designed, we have to perform all the phases equally well. Another, this guy is an example that objectives are student. Dr. Vikas, can I take 4 or 5 minutes more?
ये कंपनी बंद हो रही है तो मैं काफी
Yes, sir, you can take.
हमें लगा था कि ये एयरलाइन वक्त के साथ और बेहतर हो जाएगी। ये
तो ये आएगा जैसे ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है हमारा, नेम ऑफ द टीचर, नेम ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट, सब्जेक्ट, क्लास, डेट, लेसन प्लान के ऊपर जो हम लिखते हैं। तो ऑब्जेक्टिव जिनको हम कह सकते हैं, इसके ऊपर आप जनरल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स भी दे सकते हैं। तो स्टूडेंट्स विल बी एबल टू डिफाइन रिफ्रैक्शन। तो यहाँ पर क्या है, रिफ्रैक्शन। तो टाइप ऑफ कंसेप्ट क्या है, students will be able to identify positive and negative examples of reflection. Students will be able to understand essential and non-essential attributes of reflection. और यहाँ पर फिर आपने जब लेसन प्लान प्रिपेयर करना है तो आपने मेंशन करना है essential attributes क्या है, रिफ्रैक्शन के essential attributes क्या है। A ray of light travel from one medium to another, तो ये आप देख लीजिए 4 यहाँ पर है। तो नॉन एसेंशियल क्या है, और उसके बेस पे फिर आपने डेफिनेशन जो है वो देनी है, डिफाइनिंग द कंसेप्ट। और इसके बाद फिर आपने क्या करना है, बेस्ड ऑन दिस यू हैव टू क्रिएट द एग्जाम्पल। वो एग्जाम्पल्स किसी बुक से नहीं मिलेंगी, वो एग्जाम्पल्स आपको खुद क्रिएट करनी रहेंगी, आपके माइंड से निकलेंगी। एक और इसका बेनिफिट देखिए क्या है कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट मॉडल का, ना सिर्फ ये स्टूडेंट्स की थिंकिंग को एनहांस करेगा, ये इनको भी एनहांस करेगा। अगर जितना हम इसको अपने माइंड को यूज करेंगे उतना ही बेटर वे से हम इसको यूज कर सकेंगे। यहाँ पर अगर कोई पंजाबी दे विच जे असी बनाना है लेसन प्लान, नाउन दा कॉमन नाउन की गल कर रहे सी बहुत ज़्यादा पहला, तो कॉमन नाउन इस तरह नाल असी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। सकारात्मक उदाहरण, नकारात्मक उदाहरण, गीता पढ़ रही है, वो पढ़ रही है, प्रीतम सिंह गा रहा है, वो गाना गा रहा है। तो वी कैन हैव कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट मॉडल इन ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स, किसी भी सब्जेक्ट्स में आप इसको प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं। वन मोर, जैसे ये है कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट मॉडल इन इकोनॉमिक्स। टॉपिक इज डिमांड। Demand is said to be the commodity purchased by an individual at a particular price with a given amount of money at a particular time in a particular quantity. इसके बेस पे essential attributes क्या हैं, नॉन essential क्या है। ये पॉजिटिव एग्जांपल्स आ जाएंगे, नेगेटिव एग्जांपल्स आ जाएंगे। वन बाय वन वी हैव टू प्रेजेंट देम। तो यहाँ से आप इसको एनालिसिस ऑफ टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजी जाएंगे। तो दिस इज हाउ वी कैन डू। एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, सो कंसेप्ट अटेनमेंट मॉडल, you can see on the screen the type of benefits we get from the concept attainment model. One is inductive reasoning. tolerance of ambiguity, sensitivity to logical reasoning in communication. The tolerance of ambiguity. It means if there is some ambiguous thoughts, if someone's thought is different from us, then how we can tolerate that. Then improved concept building strategies, alternative awareness of alternative perspectives. These are the benefits that we accrue from the concept attainment model. So this is what about concept attainment model is, how we can make use of concept attainment model, how we can prepare lesson plans on concept attainment model. In our B.Ed teaching practice, there is a models of teaching. We can make concept attainment model, but not only concept, we can have many other models also. For that, we can have a look at Joyce and Wales models of teaching. So thank you very much for cooperation, for patient listening, and providing me a chance to have discussion with you. Thank you very much. Right, over to the organizers.
Thank you, Dr. Yogesh. It was really a wonderful session. We have one question from the participant. Mr. Onkar Singh Chahal has asked, which model of teaching should be used by the teacher? In the classroom, which model we should use as a teacher?
That depends upon the purpose of our teaching.
Yes, definitely.
I think there are large number of families of teachings. We can have a model of teaching as per our requirement. So there is one best model of teaching, but what is required is the answer, I think.
Okay. You mean to say it depends upon the students and subject to whom we want to teach, what we want to teach?
It depends on what kind of training we are going to provide. Whether we want to provide them the social values, so we have to make use of social learning models. If we want to provide them some personal guidance, then we can make use of models from the personal family. And if we want to have some concept training or
audio with the video.
Yes, sir. Very good. Thank you very much. Now I request Ma'am Karuna Obrai to present vote of thanks. Over to Karuna Obrai, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vikas, video, I think it is off.
Yes, ma'am. Video is off.
Okay.
Oh, ma'am Kavita, you are requested to kindly start the video of ma'am Karuna, if you can.
नहीं मैम तुसी खुद ही ਉਹਨੂੰ on करो.
I'm morning, but instructions are you can't start your video.
नहीं हो रही कविता में, मेरे को भी नहीं हो रही, मेरे को भी नहीं हो रही.
वो तो संजय ना कुछ करता है.
संजय सर.
Because the host has disabled it. ये लिखा आ रहा है.
हाँ जी, चलो कोई नहीं मैम, इस तरह ही कर दो.
संजय सर देखना चलो. तुसी मैम कोई नहीं कंटिन्यू करो.
हाँ जी.
So good evening, everybody. At first, 2 lines on the behalf of the organizers of this workshop. कोई जागे या न जागे ये उसका मुकद्दर, कोई जागे या न जागे ये उसका मुकद्दर, अपना तो फर्ज है आवाज लगाते रहना. So I would like to congratulate the team of DAN College of Education for Women Nawashehar for successfully organizing workshop on lesson planning. Of course, I would like to appreciate Dr. Meenakshi Grover, who presented the report of yesterday's session in a planned and systematic manner. Now, the person to whom I am going to convey my thanks is Today's resource person, Dr. Yogesh Sharma, Assistant Professor, Ramgarhia College of Education, Phagwara. His major topic was model-based lesson planning. He has done justice to his task. His depth of knowledge and real communication skills are indeed incomparable. The session was lively because the participants were actively participating in the session. So a lively session it was. So thanks to all the members of CTEF, all the principals from different educational institutions, other participants and distinguished personalities, thanks to everybody for participating on the second day of the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. Now we will meet tomorrow at the same time in the same platform. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks a lot.